When working with the Husqvarna Viking Designer EPIC 2, in the embroidery area, it does matter what order you bring your designs in. So let's say you're going to bring in a design and then maybe even just duplicate it enough to stitch it out 3 times. If you have one design you need to stitch out first, then second, then third, maybe they're overlapping or whatever the order is, you need to keep that in mind. But they have made it a lot easier these days that allows you to bring in all your designs and then adjust the order before you sew. And I'm actually going to set up for a special kind of monogram that would really make a difference if the order was incorrect, where the second one will cover up the first design. So here's what I'm talking about. I'm going to start off by actually opening up the lettering area and coming down to the swirl letters in the size 60. I'm going to just go ahead and do an S and then touch the check mark. And I do want to make sure that it's in the center of my hoop just to make things easy. Now I'm thinking I might want to add a border to it. Now if you haven't already discovered, there is a design applique option in here. It's like having part of the software that was usually sold separately, built into this machine. This little flower down here at the bottom relates to our design applique options. Touch the star if your shapes don't show up immediately. And let's just talk about what this is, a little reminder. You can pick any of these shapes as well as letters, by the way, and these are appliques. So the concept is that if we pick a circle, there'll be a portion of this circle that will stitch, and then you lay fabric over the top of it, then it stitches again, and then you trim. So if we're going to stitch this out in the order we're making it, the letter is going to stitch first, and then this will be stitched as a applique over the top and totally covering it up. So you can see the problem that we're going to fix in a second. But while we're here, we have the option to choose different borders for this applique, and it is always fun to try these out, see what they stitch out with. They do look different depending on what you pick, and if you want to size it. We still have not set the size of that shape, so you can actually make it the largest size of your largest hoop, by the way, and be able to stitch that out as an applique. All right, so let's just go ahead. We kind of like the size of that. Touch the check mark, and then again, we know what order it's going to stitch out, and that's not the right order. So down here where we have this little stack of papers, like we're going to shuffle papers, it's kind of what we're doing. We're shuffling the designs. So you can see that right now the circle is highlighted, and we just need it to stitch first. Or if the S was highlighted and we could have shifted it down. So either way, this is your final order, and you can move them up or down. If you had more than one design, they'll all show up on that list, and you can shuffle them like a deck of cards. You also can use this area here to select all the designs, kind of like a select all, and you could even set it to group the designs, and then that way if you were to do any sizing or moving, they're going to act as a unit, so not 2 separate designs at any time. So that is one thing that you can do. We change the order. The circle will sew out first, the monogram will sew out second, and when we're ready to, again, change anything size-wise, we can do that all at once. So everything from rotation, sizing, or moving, and when we're ready to stitch it out, touch go to move to the embroidery screen.